Hi, it's Mike here, and in this video I'm going to be going through the right competitions for your child as a beginner, sort of starter guide for you to go through all the different events that you can actually enter and how you can do that yourself, as well as best things for you to do as a parent before, during and after the event itself to support your child and help them throughout that experience as much as possible. So let's go into the video and find out more. Right, so first it's really important to know when your child is actually ready for the event itself. Are they ready to compete? Do they have the skills necessary? Are they confident enough in themselves that a competition at this point will help them? It's really important that they're able to get an enjoyable first experience at competition. So your child should be really enjoying the game at this point. They should have played a little bit, they played quite regularly in a group session, maybe had a few lessons as well to help with their technique with an individual coach. Don't worry, your child doesn't have to be the best player at all at this point. Really, it's more about them wanting to go and test their skills in a more challenging environment for them, and to try and win some matches and get used to that environment that is very different to the training environment itself. So a few really important questions now to ask. Which tournament is right for my child? And then how do I go about booking them on to that tournament? So now we're going to go into my computer and have a look at the website and then how we go through what the website looks like and then how we go through to book them onto the right competition for them. So here we are on the LTA website. This section of the website can be found here in the top right. Play and compete, competing, and then start competing. And that will give you access to this page. And on this page, it will give you information about how to get started, what the rating and ranking system is. The rating system itself is going to be changed to the World Tennis Number. I have actually done a video on this World Tennis Number separately, so if you're interested in finding out more about that, then check out the link now. But I'll go through the competition gradings to understand what competition is best for your child. Competition grading is there to help you find the most appropriate tournament to play in. The highest level, grade 1, is the top level of national competitions. Grade 7, the lowest level, is for your internal club competitions. When looking to compete outside of your normal venue, I'd recommend looking for grade 6 events. To find a competition near you, scroll down until you get to find your first competition. Select here. Once you arrive at the competition site, you will then have to log in to your LTA member login page, which I'm doing now. Once you're into your home page, this is what it will look like, with your win-loss ratios and your timeline of all your events and your competitions that you've currently entered. You can click through what you've done, whether it's the total, singles, doubles or mixed sessions. Once you click onto the top right hand corner, you can go down to entries and click onto entries, and then you can enter the competition you would like. It gives you a filter option at the top here that you can access whatever event you like and where you want the competition to be. I'll just go down and click on the match play option as a tournament type and for upcoming entries. Once you've done that, it gives you a few options under your filtered. I'm just going to click on one here just to give you an example, and it gives you the option to enter at the top. And then you scroll down to the bottom, going through all your details. And then at the bottom of the page, it will give you the option to book onto the event itself. For me, it's obviously not accessible because of my age and not being able to book onto an 8 and under event, but this just gives you an example. Now we've managed to book them onto the event itself, which is fantastic. I'm sure they're looking forward to getting involved, but there are a few things to consider as a parent to try and help support them through this whole process. So the first thing is right at the very start, and that's before the event itself. So that sort of stage a few weeks before the actual event takes place. And that's trying to get them as familiar as possible with match play environment and playing points, and feeling confident that they can keep the score and know where to stand and know who's scoring. And it's good to ask your child whether they would like to play against yourself, a family member, or arrange another lesson with a coach, so then they can go through more of a competitive situation and play a few more points. I think it's important to get the coach involved, and to let them know that you have booked them onto this event, and then they can help then with what they need to do running up to that event itself, whether it's sort of understanding how to play points and a bit more tactical awareness of the player, or whether it's just to get them used to the scoring system. You can also arrange a little friendly match against one of their sort of playing partners or kids that are in the group with them, so they can get used to playing against them, against somebody, in a bit more of a focused match session, where they can play some points and play some games against some other players. I do think it's important to give the players some more responsibility over preparation for the day itself. Obviously it would depend on the age group of the player, how old they are, and all that sort of stuff in terms of how much they can do. You'll be surprised at how much they'll want to do themselves. So whether that's get all their clothes ready for the next day, pack their own tennis bag itself, get their drinks bottle ready, things like this that really the players themselves will look forward to doing. What you can do is get a little check sheet for them, so you fill out the things that they will need, and then they can go down themselves and tick it off when they've got that particular item ready. Leading up to and just before the event, it's really important to try and attend the tournament a little bit earlier, just so your child then is able to get used to the environment they will be in. It'll help them get a bit more comfortable, a bit more relaxed in the actual tournament itself and the actual environment that it's set in. Give them time to sign up and to speak to the competition organiser, and to understand where they are and what they need to do during the event itself. When the event is taking place, I think it's important to explain to your child that you're there to support them, and to let them know where you're going to be at all times. So if they have any problems, they can obviously get to you and speak to you. Tennis is an individual sport, but at these tournaments, at these events, it's a great opportunity for your child to be put in a more social environment, to get to know some of the other players, some players they maybe train with as well. So I think it's important that you find a balance between supporting them and speaking to them yourself, and actually giving them the space to then go away and have some fun with their friends or make some new friends as well. Every child is different. Some will want their parents to be right next to them on the court to watch them all the time. Others will want a little bit more space and ask you to watch from a little bit further away. So I think it's important to ask your child what they prefer, whether they want you right next to the court or a bit more of a distance, or potentially some children don't want you to watch. So then it's really important that you ask them these questions and suss out what they would like you to do when they're playing their matches. During the match itself, I would say it's important that you're aware of your own body language and how you can come across to your child, and what your behaviour is like and what your body language is like as you're watching the match. I think watching matches at times is even more difficult than playing in them, and keeping your own emotions in check and being as supportive, as encouraging as possible at the right times is the best thing to do. Once the event is over itself and the child's finished playing their matches, getting that balance right in terms of the amount you're talking in the car is important. If you're not talking at all, your child may think that they've done something wrong. if you're talking too much, it can be a bit intrusive, and your child may want to be quiet and not talk about certain things, especially straight after the event itself. It is very easy at this point to want to intervene or want to talk a lot about what you saw on the match or how you think they played. And I think the most important thing to do is just to let them know how proud you are of them playing and how much you enjoyed watching them play. So there you have it. The best ways to help support your child before, during and after a tennis event, how to book them onto the event itself, and what to look for in terms of the best competitions for your child. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the content. Please check out my other videos and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in listening to content just like this. Till next time, goodbye.